for DeMar DeRozan, Chris. DeMar DeRozan wins the Drew League championship, came back down from 16 points with under 5 minutes left to win it. 54 points, 11 rebounds, 3 assists. Is the takeaway that, yeah, this guy's a bucket? I mean, obviously he's not playing. It's a pro-am, so they're not all NBA level guys. But the first clip that I saw, Chris, 2 3-pointers. So where my mind went is, obviously I know the defense isn't the same, but I was told that this man can't shoot. So for me, I was at least a little bit optimistic of this whole, the spacing thing is going to be a problem. And I know it's a very small sample size. I literally just saw a couple points. He had 54 points, so I'm sure he had more than just those 2 threes. But that was the first thing I thought. If DeMar DeRozan, these guys later in their career, Chris, whether it's Vince Carter, right, some of these dudes, your Lopez, right, these guys that are able to stay in the league and continue to perform at a high level, they know how to grow their game. Okay, and if DeMar DeRozan knows he's coming to a team that likes to pass the basketball around and he's going to have opportunities for open threes, I feel more I'm not saying he's going to turn into Steph Curry, but I feel confident that it's not going to hinder the Kings as much as maybe some prognosticators think it will.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still not sold that he's going to be shooting threes like that at all. I just think, we know he's a mid-range bucket, and we know that he definitely can shoot the ball. It's just there's questions on how consistently he can hit it from 3. But I mean, as a mid-range shooter, that's still taking jump shots, and that still does take some touch. And he hits mid-range jumpers better than anybody, so it's not impossible for him to hit threes. But the thing that I've read most about is just really the competitor that he is, as corny and cliche as you could say, and I would say that is. I do just kind of read it as, again, as little as it is and as corny as it may seem, he had never won a Drew League title either. And he's been playing in the Drew League for a long time. And the fact that he kind of has this moment where he says, look, I'm seriously not trying to leave here without this trophy. This is probably one of the last times, if not the last time, that he was going to do the Drew League with his age being what it is. I just kind of read it as, this guy is different. And there was other pros playing on his team. I saw the box score. Shout out friend of the show, Law Murray was he's heavily involved with the Drew League. He ended up tweeting out a picture of the box score. You have some other NBA guys in there with him. You got Dalen Terry. You have a couple other NBA guys on the other team as well. And I think it just shows that, when he wants to, he can be in a level above and he can just light it up. I think it just really highlights the level of scorer he is. And then again, if the Kings are in a playoff situation, not that there is really any question about it, but he has the right mentality of a dude who can just go out there and say, I'm going to dominate tonight. And I don't think the Kings ever had somebody who really was like that. There was a lot of times last year where we would ask De'Aaron Fox, okay, can you be a little bit more like a Jalen Brunson right now? And I think DeMar definitely has that in him, and you don't have to ask him to turn it on. He just kind of recognizes moments like that. So reading probably a bit too much into a Drew League game, but I definitely think, if anything, it just shows his mentality.
You just sparked something in me, and we can save it for the 12 o'clock hour. Okay, because it's the runway conversation. And we've already had the runway conversation about Keegan Murray, but I do think it's worth it to have maybe a different type of runway conversation about De'Aaron Fox.
Runway as in just like their lane?
Literally.
You mean like championship window?
No.
Oh,
I'm talking about De'Aaron Fox as the player, that happy medium between De'Aaron Fox improving, right? And we talked about all NBA and
you mean like distribution. Gotcha. I thought you were saying like championship window runway.
No. I'm talking about the Keegan Murray type runway. Hey, this is going to affect Keegan's growth.
Okay,
maybe that's an easier way to put it. Development. Let's have that conversation about DeMar DeRozan and De'Aaron Fox towards the 12 o'clock hour. But we wanted to